You join me today as our recent poor form seems to continue and we're getting to the business end of the season. Hello and welcome to episode 98 of To Be a Legend. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games against teams that are in the northeast of Britain. Sunderland at first, and then we have a game against Middlesborough. Sunderland at home, Middlesbrough away, both tough games, especially in the form that we are currently in, and we've been trying to sort that out and tweaking around with the tactics and all the rest of it. We'll have a look and see how we are getting on in a moment. But before we do that, don't forget, if you do enjoy today's video, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. We hit 85 subscribers, which doesn't sound a lot, but we are picking up subscribers, and I do appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. I do thank you very much for doing that. It all helps on the channel. The more people that subscribe, the more people that hit the like button means more people see the video, more people potentially will subscribe, and we will just want to move things forward as we get into FM24. Talking about FM24, if you haven't bought the game yet and you're still thinking about it and you want to save yourself a few pennies, which, let's face it, everybody wants to save a few pennies, then there is a link down below to Fanatical and also a code. If you use both, you can save yourself some money and beat the prices that are currently going out on Steam and Epic, and you will get the beta version when it comes out. You'll get the key code straight through to you, and you can use that and load it up into Steam or Epic, whichever you prefer. And when that goes live, the beta goes live, which isn't going to be very long, boys and girls, you'll be able to play the game straight away. And don't forget, you can also watch the videos on this channel. So, without any more to do, let's have a look and see what's been going on since you were last with us. We were last here. We played Peterborough and Brighton. Nothing, basically. Mainly because we wanted to look at the Middlesbrough Sunderland, because they are top of the table, and it's in the northeast, so we thought we'd have Middlesbrough as well. Did that not used to be, it's called the Steve Gibson Arena here, did it not used to be called the Riverside Stadium, something like that? I think it was. So today's episode, Sunderland and Middlesbrough will then go and play Ipswich, Sheffield United and Stoke offline, and we'll come back for the final two games of the season, Bristol City and Watford. Can we better where we finished last season? Finished 7th, I believe, last season. I don't think we can, to be honest. The rate we're going, unless something changes dramatically, we are going to struggle. I didn't want to do that. What I was actually trying to do was that's my history. I don't want my history. I want Buxton. There we go. Let's click on the Buxton overview. Last season we finished in 8th place, so we need to finish 8th or higher this season in order to duplicate that. And really, if we were going to continue this series, we've been needing to bring in some players, because clearly that has undermined us this season, not bringing in the right players at the right time and all the rest of it. But that's for another day. We will go back and have a look at things. Just to say that obviously with FM24 around the corner, this series is coming to an end, which means that the next two episodes will be the last games that we play in this series. We will come back. Episode 100 will be a wrap-up episode, a review of the season just finished, and a look back at the highlights of this particular series in FM23, and hopefully builds a little bit of excitement for our FM24 save, whatever that is. Is it now going to be another To Be a Legend, or from the bottom to the top? I can't really think at the minute. Time will tell, not in the beta though. Right. Is there anything else to tell? I don't think there is. We haven't brought anybody else in. We want to try and turn this form around a little bit. I suppose we haven't been losing by masses, but the Brighton game we could have lost by a huge amount. Playing a 4-4-2 in that Brighton game, we have tweaked the tactics slightly. It looks a bit like this now, well, we'll see whether that delivers us what we're absolutely after, and that is some points on the board, which would be very, very splendid. Talking about points on the board, this is how it currently looks in the Championship. Sunderland are top, are our first opponents today. 39 games played. They have 84 points. They've gone a little bit off the rails just recently, drawn 2 of their games, but they are unbeaten in 5. Nottingham Forest in second place on 82. They're 7 points clear of West Brom in third. West Brom having won their last 5 games straight. Reading on 73, then in fourth. Fifth, Sheffield United on 68. Then Bristol City, the last team inside the playoffs at the moment, on 67 points. They're having a bit of a bad run at the minute, though. Drawn 2, lost 2 in their last 4. Only won 1 game in their last 5. Southampton are coming up on them. They are on 64 points in 7th. Stoke are 64 points in 8th. We're 3 points adrift from those 2 teams in 9th place, with Middlesborough, one of our opponents, our second opponent today, which turns out to be a 6-pointer, only 2 points behind us. And then we go Brighton in 11th on 57, and so on. Queen's Park Rangers, Portsmouth and Ipswich currently in the drop zone, and if I'm not greatly mistaken, Ipswich are very close to disappearing back down into League One, whence they came, I think, from last season. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the episode. First game of the episode is a Championship match day 40 against League Leaders Sunderland. And here is the side that will face Sunderland, League Leaders of the Championship, looking to get promoted to the Premier League in our match day 40 here in the Championship. And the team looks like this, playing our 4-4-2 formation. Maher in goal. Tomlinson, Bridge, Sass Davis and Jackson make up the defensive line. Burrows, McCann, Mundell and Mumba are the midfield quadruple. And up front we have Costello and Tegan Pelling. No place for Burstow, who's really out of form at the moment. He is on the bench though, and other people on the bench with him are Cartwright, Jake Lewis, Abu, Gordon, Scanlon, Ramsey and Burstow. And this is how the two sides face up here at Edgeley Park, playing our 4-4-2. While Sunderland, managed by Dizabi, are playing a 4-2-3-1. Sunderland top of the table with 84 points. We're currently in 9th with 61 points. Confirmation of the 2 teams for you. Our first highlight just 2 minutes in, and it's gone over the top. A headed attempt from the corner. Free kick to Sunderland, playing in their red and white stripes today, as usual. And that's headed on. Maher will get there. Made a bit of a meal of that, I think. Maher goes for a long one up front, trying to get the team away. Burrows is there. Burrows to Pelling. Pelling has a shot, and it's gone over. Costello, and he's been basically tackled, and the ball dispossessed is the word I was looking for, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know what's the matter with my words today. I'm moving out. Sunderland come forward, of course. Bernetti. Oh, Hedges is in the area. Don't tackle him. And it's gone in. Jack Clark, his 8th goal of the season. And on 20 minutes, we go a goal behind. In some respects, I'm surprised we've survived 20 minutes, really. But, yeah. Maher, I think, was unsighted, really. a free kick now. Bridge with a free kick to McCann. Tomlinson to Burrows. Burrows comes forward. He has Pelling. Pelling tried to get that through, but again, failed to get it through, and in doing so, loses possession. It's gone out wide to Bonetti, and danger ensues again, and Mundell does what I told them not to do and takes him to the ground. And I'm presuming this is Jack Clark. No, it's not. Mahari. And Maher goes the right way. Couldn't get a hand to it. 2-0 after 34 minutes. They have a corner now. Hedges with the corner. Swings it in. It's headed clear. But they still have possession. Referee getting in the way there. And that's headed on. Clark heads it, but it's only a cushioned header to Maher. Maher launches a long one again. But, not winning those balls. And they come forward into the danger zone. And number 3, Hedges. And it's looking like a drubbing coming here. You can see why they are the league leaders, but at the same point, you can also see we've just, well, I don't know what we've lost. And Lewis Jackson is injured. He did say that he picked up a knock. I was hoping we might get him through to half time. Unfortunately, that isn't going to be the case. And we're severely hindered now on the back of the fact that Tomlinson will have to move over there. And what we'll do is we'll bring Scanlon on. I think he says, let's just move Scanlon on. We have Jake Lewis on the bench, but it's not really his position, so we'll do that. So Tomlinson moving out to the right. Scanlon comes on the left in place of the injured Lewis Jackson, and he's got a potential foot injury, so I think that might be the last we see of him this season. Well, we could have done without that injury just before half time. Well, we've not been in it, boys and girls. Apart from the fact that we've held possession, we've not done anything else. We've had 4 shots. We've had 1 on target. They've had 9 shots, 5 on target, of which they've scored 3 goals. And we are looking decidedly poor. Our first highlight in this second half. 48 minutes on the clock. Mundell cuts that ball out. Burrows, Pelling. We've had a good talking to at half time. Scanlon comes forward, finds Burrows in the area. Burrows in, and it's Pelling. Tegan Pelling gets his first of the season, and we've pulled 1 back. It's a start, and it's early enough for something to happen dramatically here. Why does it take a talking to get any effort? Burrows pulls it back. Pelling just underneath the goalkeeper. Ball forward again. Ballard cuts it out to Ruddock. Pickering comes forward. Go out wide to Bonetti. Bonetti cuts inside. He's going to have a shot, but he's fired it over the top. And with 70 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this juncture in time. Tegan Pelling, who's getting very tired, obviously scored that goal, got 1 back, but we haven't managed to get past them since. Lemar Gordon comes on for him. And Charlie McCann, who's coming back from a knock, and was only supposed to play, I think, about 75 minutes. So he's come off, and we have replaced him with Aaron Ramsey. Corner from Burrows. Swung in. It's cleared. Mumba is there. Mumba finds McCann. McCann has a go. Curled, but just caught the top of the goal. And with 81 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes, we have taken off Harrison Burrows. Costello dropping down to the left side of midfield. Burstow coming on in place of Burrows, and then we've also replaced Mumba on that right side and replaced him with David Abu. Bridge with a free kick now. 85 minutes on the clock. Ramsey. Bridge back to Ramsey. Ramsey has Scanlon outside him. Bridge goes all the way back to Maher. Bridge. And Bridge gives that ball away, but well tackled by Sass Davis. Ramsey. Scanlon. Scanlon launches one long, but Smith is there to tidy up. And they come away again. Oh, careful. Who's that? Bridge is danger of getting himself sent off if he's not careful. That's gone through. And they put Forth away. 4-1. 87 minutes. And, well, we've been damaged by the league leaders. That one goal was no more than a consolation so early on in that second half. And I just thought maybe if we could get another one back, might have put a bit of pressure on them, but Muniz, the scorer. Scanlon with a free kick. Mundell finds Gordon. Gordon finds Burstow. Burstow goes out wide to Tomlinson. Tomlinson is in the area. Can he do something with this? He's had a go! It's come back and Abu has scored his 4th goal of the season. That makes it look a little bit better. We've definitely contained them a bit better in this second half. Tomlinson coming forward. Goalkeeper couldn't do anything with it. Deflected it to Abu. Abu puts it away. But no more highlights. And to be honest, stats-wise, come the end, we did a lot better in that second half. And only if we'd done that in the first half, we wouldn't have been a million miles away, I don't think. 11 shots, 4 on target, 2.09, 52% of the possession. They've had, 14 shots. 6 of which were on target, 2.27. I think the main reason that they are top of the table is when they do have scoring chances, they are pretty much clinical. Well, that result sends us down to 10th place, behind our second opponents of the episode, Middlesbrough. And as I said, getting ever further away from these positions where we finished up last season. I suppose we're only 4 points away from 7th, really. But even so, it's looking very unlikely we're going to meet that criteria again this year. A little bit worse than what we were last year, and that's not what I like. I'd like to have finished off the series, at the very least, of finishing a little bit higher than we did last season. As it stands at the minute, it doesn't look very likely. And the bad news is that Lewis Jackson is out for the rest of the season, 4 to 5 weeks. Lewis Jackson, our centre-back, is out. And, disappointing. Well, it appears that we've ticked off one of our objectives, become an established championship team. And we've passed that the board are pleased that the team is currently in the top half of the EFL Championship this season, not for much longer if we carry on. However, we are concerned about the current poor form and are worried that the team will start to drop off. Me as well. And I'll do my best to try and stop that from happening. And so we come to match day 2 of this episode, Championship match day 41, as we get towards the end of the season. And we've travelled up to the northeast to play Middlesbrough at the Steve Gibson Arena. As I say, I'm sure it used to be called something else. But if anybody knows, just put it in the comments down below, of course. So we have actually scored 2 goals, which we hadn't done for 5 games in a row. Scored nothing. So we did score 2 in the last game, which is a positive step. I'll take positives away. But it is still a tall order against Middlesbrough. played them once at the Riverside. See, that was the Riverside Stadium. They've obviously moved. 1-0 at the Riverside Stadium in the Championship last season. But we did beat them at our place, a 4-0 win at Edgeley Park back in February. And then earlier in the season, September, we beat them by a 0-0. Lamar Gordon on that occasion. Can we get a repeat result? We can beat them. We just off form at the moment. And I don't know. Now's a good time as any to turn it around and then hopefully have a little bit of a run towards the end of the season. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Middlesbrough. Well, and here is the team that will face Middlesbrough in this Sky Championship match day number 41. Meyer continues in goal, albeit I did think about putting Cartwright back in there because Meyer has had a few howlers. That's what we're going to do, actually. Let's give Cartwright another opportunity to show himself. And we're going to put him on... Do we put him on a defend option? Let's put him on a defend option. Scanlon, Joe Lewis, Jake Lewis and Mumba are our defensive line. Ramsey, May, McCann and Hoare playing on the right side. Don't ask me. My assistant manager suggested it. I thought, well, let's go with it. Burstow makes a start up front alongside Pelling. On the bench then, Maher, Sass Davis, Tomlinson, Gordon, Adrizzi, Costello and King. And this is how the two sides face up. They are playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. We're sticking to our 4-4-2. A few tweaks to it along the way. Middlesbrough are currently 9th on 62. We are 10th on 61. Confirmation of the two teams for you. First highlight comes 3 minutes in. It's a throw into Middlesbrough. And been unlucky of late. Going to goals early on. And we need to try and stem this one. Good save by Cartwright, but he could only parry it. And Cassidy follows up and puts it away from a very tight angle. In 4 minutes, we are behind by a goal. Scott Twine creating the space. Cartwright making a fine save, but Cassidy, very fine shot from a very tight angle. The corner now. Scott Twine with the corner. Swung in. Cartwright punches it. It's only gone out as far as that, and then it's bouncing around again. It's gone over the top. We have a corner now. May with the corner. It's an outswinger. Swung out. Nobody there, though. And that ball comes forward. Running all over us. He's going to take that from a tight angle, but misses the target, thankfully. And half-time comes. No more highlights. And Cassidy, the scorer after 4 minutes, and that's all they've done. 8 shots, 2 on target, 0.56, 65% of the possession. We've had 7 shots, just the 1 on target, 0.50, 35% of the possession. We're not completely out of it, but we need to be better if we're going to get something from this game. And our first highlight of the second half, 56 minutes in. McCann putting that in, but nobody there. Jake Lewis heads it down. Mumba. Jake Lewis. Mumba. Mumba's gone out wide. Has Jake Lewis in support. McCann. McCann through to Hoare. Hoare's in. Hoare, can he get through here? Hoare has a go. It's come off the goalkeeper. And Burstow puts it away. We are level on 58 minutes. Mason Burstow scoring for the first time for a long while. I didn't quite see how many goals he scored this season. Must be somewhere in the region of 26, 27, something like that. It's come off. Burstow was there. And, well, probably no more than we deserve. Scanlon with a throw-in on that far side to Burstow. Burstow back to Scanlon. Scanlon finds May. May through to Scanlon. Pelling is there. Scanlon, cross it into the area. Ramsey! Second goal of the season. And for the first time in a long while, we have taken the lead. Is this going to be the big turnaround? Lovely through ball. Pellin played his part. I haven't seen much of him, but he's played his part in this. Scanlon across. Ramsey. And Woodman couldn't do anything with it. With 68 minutes on the clock. Just making one change at this juncture of time. Tegan Pellin, who wasn't playing too badly. We've brought on Ismet Idrizi to see if he can support Burstow up front. Middlesbrough with the ball. But Scanlon's there. Ramsey tries to get that forward to Burstow, but it's a poor ball. And they're in again here. Oh, he scored and got the equaliser. It was decisive when they came with it. Aliha, Cassidy, and Twine. Scott Twine again. That lovely through ball. Pulled the goalkeeper out and put it away. And with 75 minutes on the clock, making two changes at this juncture in time. We have taken off Charlie McCann from central mid. He was getting tired. He's had a reasonable game. We've brought Eli King, who hasn't played for a few games, but he's come on today to replace Charlie McCann. And we've also taken off Bally Mumba and replaced him with Joe Tomlinson. Throwing on the far side for Middlesbrough. And we need to be careful. Agu brings that away, but still the danger lurks. Doig looking for Twine, but that's headed out, but only as far as Twine's there. And it's cleared by Tomlinson, but still not clear. Agu. And this time we have cleared it upfield. Scanlon with a throw-in. Burstow back to Scanlon. Scanlon finds Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis to King. Joe Lewis, Scanlon. Scanlon now comes forward looking. He's got Ramsey in support in front of him. May has a go from distance and the goalkeeper gets hands to that, surely. Corner, Twine with the corner. Swings it deep, but Cartwright is there and collects. Highlight is going to continue. Can we go down the other end? He's going to launch this one long. And we've given it away. Why do we do that? And I've told the instruction is not to do that. Allaher, but Cartwright is there. He's done it again. Doyle was in. Good save from Cartwright. Need to go and have a look at the instructions. And it is a corner on that far side. Twine with an outswinger. But Cartwright is there again. Now, he's been told not to kick this long, so we'll see what happens. Looking for somebody. He's obviously not kicked in yet. Ramsey's caught in the tackle. And a shot from distance, but it's gone wide from Twine. And with 85 minutes on the clock, making a final two changes. Callum Scanlon, who's getting tired, has had a reasonable game. He's come off. We've replaced him with Sass Davis, but what we've done is swapped Tomlinson out to the left. Joe Lewis has moved out to the right. Sass Davis has gone in on the right side of the central defence. And we've also replaced Aaron Ramsey, who's had a good game as well, but he's tired. And Dara Costello comes on for the last 5 minutes for him. Twine with a free kick. That's gone over the top, Cartwright. 5 minutes of injury time. And we are in the 4th minute of that injury time. And oh, no! That was a bad mistake. And it was a mistake from Jake Lewis. And we've gone and lost this match deep in injury time. And I don't think we deserve that. Cartwright to Jake Lewis. Jake Lewis, it was a poor ball to Tomlinson. And Doyle just crossed it in. It's all over and we've lost again, but in the most unlikely fashion. And Barbosa, who's did very well in our Chelsea save, He's done the dirty on me. Dirty person. 26 shots, 12 on target. I mean, they really did pummel us, didn't they? 2.37, 61% of the possession. Harvey Cartwright having a great game. 12 shots, 3 on target, 1.69 on the XG, 39% of the possession. It just wasn't to be our day, really, was it? Well, our losing run continues, and now there's a 4-point gap between us and Middlesborough in 9th place. And time running out for us to really do too much about it. I think we've been lucky that we had a reasonable bit of form early in the season, because otherwise we'd have been really fighting against relegation. And I can't see any end to this at the moment. We can keep trying, but just can't seem to find a way out at all. Well, that's 10 championship games, 11 games in all competitions since we have won a match. We are scoring goals, which is something we weren't doing for about 5 games. We have scored 2 in the last 2 matches, or 4 total in the last 2 matches, but 2 in each match. And whilst the Sunderland game wasn't a close run thing, the Middlesbrough was. We were in the lead for a while. That's something we haven't done for a long time. Ipswich, Sheffield United and Stoke, we're going to be playing offline. We're going to come back and see where we are for the games against Bristol City and Watford, our final 2 games of the season and of the current To Be a Legend series. Where will we end up? Join me and find out in the final playing game episode, because FM24 is just rumbling down the road, and I've seen some tweets this afternoon I just need to check out just to make sure they haven't done anything like launch it while we've been on air. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with the last 2 episodes of To Be a Legend, our other series, Project Turnaround, as they are released, and of course when the FM24 beta series will be released, and sort of like letting you know who we're going to be playing or managing, should I say, in that save. It all will happen if you subscribe and hit the notification button. It'll let you know. The other thing is, if you haven't bought FM24 yet, don't forget, description below has got a link to Fanatical and also a discount code. Put those in, put the discount code in the checkout. You can save yourself some money and help the channel at the same time. And if you do, a very big thank you for doing so. The best way to keep up to date what's happening on this channel, is, especially with FM24 around the corner, is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes of To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode, which will be the penultimate episode of the series, episode 99, and it's out on Monday. Till then, goodbye.